Hello, Aries. Welcome to your weekly reading for March 1st to the 9th. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to jump right into it, Aries. This is a week where you are going to start getting to buckle up, right? Because of all the big aspects that are happening, obviously eclipse season in this month. But this is a week that is full of energy and change and excitement that you're going to feel in the air. The biggest thing, especially for you, looking at what's going on for y'all, it is going to be a really strong week of healing and emotional growth, spiritual growth, because not only are you're probably already feeling the impact of the lunar eclipse in Virgo that we are going to be having next week. Remember, it's really strong, but also Chiron, remember, is in your sign and squaring Mars, your ruling planet, all month. All right? So this week, there's going to be also some lunations this week, right? That we'll talk about in the second spread, but the moon is going to be in your sign March 1st, March 2nd. So a lot of healing, okay? Especially old wounds and really getting in touch with your intuitive side. And I also just want to gently remind you, the sun, new moon, right? The new moon in Pisces, that happened right before this week began, February 27th, okay? With Neptune, Saturn, Mercury, and the North Node all in Pisces, all conjuncting, all right? It's like the Justice League of planets giving you this huge boost of a new moon that you are going to feel this week as well. And so it's a very interesting week where you are going to feel a lot of energy, okay? And with that new moon in Pisces, really great. It's opening up this new path, new opportunity for you, right? We've talked about it, but it gives you time to put attention on yourself as well. I mean, you see, right off the bat, we kick it off Saturday, March 1st, with Venus going retrograde in your sign. Now, this is obviously going to have a big impact on you, and you are going to feel it all month, but this is the week where you're really going to feel it. And I'm going to explain why later, but, and I don't think anyone else is bringing this up. It's like, how is this possible? But with this day, starting March 1st, things that bring you pleasure, joy, right? Things that you desire, you're going to start reassessing them and reviewing them, okay? Do they make you feel good? Do they make your heart sing? Okay. This is all about relationships, money, beauty. Again, things that bring you pleasure. Let's just keep it that simple. All right. You're going to ask yourself, is this of value to me? Also, what turns me on? What do I enjoy? How do I feel loved? Right. So, big questions. Time for you to reassess. Remember, Aries is the I am. This is all about you. You want people to see that you are self-sufficient. That is what Venus retrograde in Aries is, okay? It's like that strong, independent woman energy, okay? Man, whatever it is, right? It's like Kristen Stewart with a mohawk. That type of very independent, all about me, all right? So time to reassess your relationships, anything that has to do with what brings you pleasure, okay, in your physical world, even within, all right? And you are going to be happy that you did. So this is actually, I don't mind Venus retrograde. It's in your sign, so obviously you're going to be impacted, but you're going to be happy you did because now you have the time to reassess them, and you will, even if you don't want to, you're just going to. It's in your sign. And, you deserve the best. So it is a great time to make sure that everything is in line with what you want, okay? Also, remember, try not to start a new relationship while Venus is in her weakest state, right? Also, in a relationship, jealousy could arise. Codependency could be a really big theme that comes up. Aries is competitive energy too. So a lot of these things are going to come through the surface. Also, remember with retrogrades, people from your past coming back around, whether in person, maybe through your DMs, maybe you're thinking about them because you are having very vivid dreams. Look at all this. Remember, we have a lot of Piscean energy and we're still in Pisces season. Neptune is here conjuncting the North Node That's your 12th house. Dream. So pay attention to your dreams. And anyway, this is a really good time to just untangle things and to rectify. And, again, it's not all about relationships. It's beauty. It's luxury. It's money. It's creativity. You don't buy expensive things. Okay. This is not the time. Try to avoid cosmetic surgery, especially you, because Aries, you rule the face. So it's only for 6 weeks. All right. I just saw the movie, The Substance with Demi Moore. And I couldn't help but thinking, I kept thinking like, oh my gosh, she activated this during a Venus retrograde. And she should have done that. So anyway, if you want to know more about Venus retrograde, there is a video that I did. I'll leave it at the end of this video in the description box. As I mentioned in my last live stream, the monthly overview, think about March to April 2017. What are the themes that came up for you around that time? Because Venus was retrograde in your sign at that time. All right. Now, the other thing is, here's the thing. If you're a cross watcher, if you watch for your rising, your moon, or even for your husband, your kids, whoever, Taurus and Libra are going to feel this the most because Venus is their ruler. You're going to feel this, obviously, and all the other fire signs, Sagittarius and Leo. So out of all the signs, those are the signs that's going to feel this the most. All right. And like I said, I don't know if I said this, the moon is going to be in your sign as we kick off March. It's going to be conjuncting Chiron. Conjuncting Venus, Neptune, Mercury, the North Node. We'll obviously talk about that in the second spread. And then I'm going to talk about Juno. This is mind-blowing about what's happening this week. Now, Sunday, March 2nd, okay, we have our only square, excluding the lunations, the moon cycle, right? The only square of the month. Remember, there are no oppositions or squares out in this month outside of the lunations. And this is the only square, and this is a good one. Okay, the Sun square Jupiter. Why is it a good one? Because this is going to put you in the mood to have fun, to be fun, to find joy, right? Wisdom, being optimistic. This is, very nice. Okay, Frank Sinatra, Ariana Grande, Chris Rock, James McAvoy. They all have Sun square Jupiter. They all try to make people smile. So you see how you can use this, right? It's all about making all that joy, like creating all this joy, making people smile. All right. It's the sun, right? It's the sun. It's solar, Latin, right? Solar, solus, your soul. Okay. Literally. So this is nourishing your soul. Use this. The sun is in Pisces, which is very spiritual. And the North Node is here. This is all in your 12th house. Okay. So use this aspect because Jupiter, it doesn't matter what aspect. Jupiter is a planet of luck and good fortune and expansion, abundance, wisdom, all of that. Always squeezes something good out of an aspect. Yeah. So you could even have luck around this time. You could have, it's Jupiter that we're talking about. All right. So remember, Jupiter is in your 3rd house of communication, right? Aunts, uncles, cousins, neighbors, also short distance travel. There could be something here, but you just got to be vibrating at this high frequency because the lower expression of the Sun square Jupiter is overdoing things, overindulging, over analyzing. I mean, that could ruin all the fun, right? Don't overspend, especially with Venus retrograde. You're going to be returning that boat you bought, okay? When we get to April, because remember, you don't want to buy big, expensive things while Venus is retrograde. All right. So just keep that in mind. Now, Mercury will conjunct Neptune in Pisces. Remember, the North Node is here. Saturn's here. Yeah. So again, I talked about this at length in your monthly forecast. Just remember, this truly amplifies creativity, imagination, spirituality, intuition, compassion, especially for you. This is your 12th house. All right. And remember, these conjunctions are powerful. So this aspect was handmade for poets and writers and artists and dancers. OK, it's all about fantasy and fairy tales and world building. But part of your destiny, because the North Node is here and all year. So just kind of think of this as this new cycle where, like I said, Saturn is here too. It's a wide orb. So, barely conjuncting, but all the other planets are. Just remember, this can be a little too dreamy, a little too nebulous, a little too, head in the clouds, lights on, nobody home, that type of aspect. So keep a foot on the ground. Yeah. But dream big, okay? Because, and here's the thing, I think you will. I think you're going to have it because, look, on March 3rd, Monday, Mercury moves into your sign. That's a very, very different vibe from Mercury in Pisces, which is very dreamy. You know that. We've talked about this. Mercury in Aries, wake up call. This is chop, chop. Let's go. Let's do it. Snap, snap. All right. Mercury in Aries, very energetic. This is the planet of communication, the messenger planet, commerce, right? Writing, researching, all of that in your sign, Aries. Okay. Remember, use this now before Mercury goes retrograde in your sign next week, right? So this is going to help you speak, think, communicate in a very authentic way. It is in your sign, bold, right? Confident with conviction, being very direct as well. And again, very independent thinking. I mean, no hive mind here. This is all about you. All about you. All right. This is you talking the talk. All right. While Venus is retrograde, while in your sign, when you're thinking about reassessing what you desire, use this. It's very enterprising. You know that. And you will reassess things in terms of, okay, now I know what my heart desires. Now I'm going to put action to it with Mercury here. Okay. Mercury is movement. And so just remember what I said. Try not to be with Mercury in your sign. It can be too assertive, overly aggressive. So just keep that in mind if you're having important conversations, planning travel, communicating, anything, right? So you're still going to feel a little bit of that Mercury retrograde because Mercury's in shadow, but remember, you're still fine until Mercury goes retrograde next week. Now, if you are a cross watcher, Geminis and Virgos, you, Sagittarius, Leo, will feel this the most, okay? Now, here's the other thing. Wednesday, March 5th, Mercury in your sign is going to sextile Pluto in Aquarius. So amazing. You're going to have a lot of, so around this time, you're going to be processing a lot of things about your friends, your network, your social network, maybe your LinkedIn community, also your long-term goals, your future hopes and wishes and dreams. Now, this aspect is very psychological. It's very curious. It's very observant. We are going to have this aspect again at the end of the month. Okay. So you're going to feel this throughout the month. All right. So, and then remember, we also have the Sun and Venus sextiling Pluto, in the next few weeks as well. That's going to really amplify that power here. But this is power in communication, but also in the way that you're thinking about things. So remember, this can be a day where your mind may be a little overactive because Pluto has that depth, and this is all about seeking truth. And remember, Mercury in Aries is already bringing you that confidence, right? It has that bite to it. So this is you really, really going deep at this point to bring truth to the surface again. Most likely with friendships and whatnot. Okay, so but this is actually really great if you are like a writer or Stephen King has this in his chart. Okay, so he has Mercury sextile Pluto. So do you see the way forward? Use him as an example in the way that you want to. He's just known as one of the best writers in the world. So things can come really fluid for you around this time. You could feel very empowered. Now, Friday, March 7th, we've got the Sun trine Mars. Big. Now, remember, this is just the peak of their aspect, okay, at 17 degrees, right? This is the day they perfect. So what that means is you're going to feel the Sun trine Mars this entire week from the beginning of the month even all next week. Okay. Remember, Mars has officially gone direct. Yeah. So this is really great, but he is moving really slow. So it actually, benefits us, right? That's why this trine is going to last so long. But remember, you've got to give him time to wake up. Okay. He's a little groggy. He's still in Cancer too, where he's in his weakened state, but at least he's awake. Okay. He needs to get that espresso. Now, there's great charge around this aspect. I mean, this is courage and empathy and self-belief and sunshine. It's like an affirmation in itself. And Pisces and Cancer, where the two planets are, two water signs, they're among the most intuitive signs. And so you're going to feel a lot of intuitive energy, also feel emotionally moved, right? Them being water signs. The fact that Mercury is in your sign, you're going to feel confident, not only talking the talk, but now this is the Sun trine Mars. This is walking the walk too. Okay. So let your intuition guide you here. There is an element with this aspect of taking action. Even, I said empathy earlier, like even sticking up for people that okay? Remember, there's a lot of that energy with Mars and Cancer, acts of kindness here with the Sun trine, resilience as well. You're likely going to be in a position where you're thinking more about defending your loved ones as well. You're on a karmic journey. All of this is to your benefit. And remember also, like I said last month, physicality. All right. You got the life force of the Sun. You got Mars, all about action, physicality. You're going to feel that now. Use it. Okay. Be physical. Go out in nature. Absorb some of that Sun. Yeah. And then also, just to let you know, sure, Mercury and Venus are in your sign, but like I said, so is Chiron, right? Maybe I didn't say it. Chiron in your sign, squaring Mars, your ruling planet, all week. Yeah. But this is what I was talking about with Venus retrograde. Juno. What are the chances that Juno, okay, so Roman goddess, okay, Hera in Greek, Zeus's wife, Juno, the protector, epitome of feminine beauty, right? One of the four major, asteroids. Juno is all about commitments, relationships, marriage, union. Also, it can be business partnerships as well, but betrayal, infidelity. Juno just so happened to recently move into Sagittarius during a time that Venus is retrograde. Juno herself is very Venus retrograde. So this Venus retrograde, you're really going to feel. That's two fire signs. So it really amplifies that energy. Okay. And at the end of the week, on March 8th, actually, on Saturday, the moon will conjunct Mars. It's going to be trining the Sun and Saturn. And there is a lot of healing that you're going to be doing. We're going to talk about in the second spread, Juno. It's going to be highly active, okay? Very active. And you're going to be very communicative because we do have the last quarter moon as well in Gemini. And just Juno, I will talk about the aspects Juno is having. So let's get down to it. Aries, let's do it. Let's see what's going on for you for the first week. March 1st to the 9th for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Aries. Okay, y'all are amazing. Thanks so much for being here. Are you getting excited, Aries, for your birthday season that's coming up very soon? What do y'all do for your birthdays? Yeah, if you have your birthday on the day of the eclipse, things are going to change. All right, Aries, I do a traditional Celtic cross spread. Offers the best overview, especially for a weekly reading. And if we need to pull clarifiers, Aries, that we will. All right. Secondly, I love y'all. Oh, look at all this sunlight coming through. Speaking of the sun, that's a sign. That's a sign. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right. Your life is changing. Your life is changing in this big way. I cannot believe this. Holy cow. You're good. You're really good. Oh my God. Talk about feeling good. It feels good to feel good. Just get out of your head. You're going to be fine. You got the Lovers. Ooh, big. Listen, when Venus goes retrograde in your sign, it's a big deal. It's a big old deal. And so I want you to communicate, okay? And remember, this is all about you. What do you want? What do you desire? Reassess all that. But you got the Lovers. You have Archangel Raphael here. You've got the abundance of the sun, optimism, opportunities, vitality, good health, everything that I mentioned that's happening this week. A lot of heat, he's the healer, Archangel Raphael. All right. So the Lovers, all about relationships, partnerships on your mind as you move into this week already. Okay. Big. This is a big deal. And there is this depth. Okay. There's this huge level of depth with the Lovers card. It is attributed to Gemini. So don't forget that. You've got Jupiter and Gemini too in your third house. You need to communicate, right? Communicate. This is good. This is huge. Really big. But also remember, I said a lot of the aspects, even Mars shining in the sun, all about your soul, nourishing your soul. This is, you got let's call them Adam and Eve. You got Adam looking at Eve, Eve looking at Archangel Raphael. That's conscious, subconscious, superconscious. This is all within you. What do you want? Because the Lovers card is all about choices. Wow, huge. You go with your intuition, you're going to be good. You got the Ace of Pentacles in the heart of your spread. Aries, I don't know the last time you had an ace in the heart of your spread. This is big, okay? Remember, I said this is a game-changing month, especially for you. You're good. I'm going to show you something here. Look at this. First of all, it's the biggest pentacle in the deck, right? There's something coming your way. There's something that you've been manifesting. This is the hand of spirit offering it to you. Okay? So it can be a new job. It can be a side hustle. It can be something with finances and money. This new path coming after that new moon in Pisces. And in a month where everything's changing, you're good. Golden pathway here. Now, there's a lot of pathways in tarot, right? Some of them curve, some of them bend. Not here. You get the green light right away. It goes straight through that archway. It's a gateway to this new opportunity, new beginning that's happening in your life. Now, remember, pentacles are also your physical reality. Don't forget that. They're your physical reality. So there is going to be some of that, all right? New things coming into your world. This is big, especially because, the second house, highly active. For you with any of that Taurus energy, we will have the moon in Taurus this week. And we're going to talk about that in the second spread because the moon is exalted in Taurus. That's your second house of money, income, salary. Big. All right. Now you have the Five of Cups here. I don't mind it. It seems like there's some lesson that you are learning this week. Okay. With the Five of Cups in your challenge area, the Five of Swords in your crown. Just don't overthink things. Yeah. Five of Cups. This is something where, hey, for you, there may be some things I have to end because I realize I no longer desire it. I no longer want this. Yeah. And really big, strong partnership energy, like I said. And that can be love, that can be career, that can be a friend, that can be whatever, right? Especially because not only Venus, in your sign, this card is attributed to Scorpio, Mars in Scorpio. That's your 8th house. So partnerships there as well, right? Then you got Juno really active this week about commitments, relationships. So it looks like there's something that you're coming out that you've let go for something new to come through this week. And I encourage you, okay? Time to let go because you don't want to be stuck in this place where you're just, dwelling on the past with that spilled cups here. But look at your spread. So, okay, let's keep going. You got the Five of Swords in your crown. Just don't, like I said, Mars squaring Chiron and Mars just even being in Cancer, emotions can still be heightened. There still could be a lot of Mercury's in your sign. Remember, I said sometimes you can be with Mercury in your sign, like overly aggressive, overly assertive. Think about, just be mindful with the way that you communicate. The bigger picture here, it just seems like there's a lot going on up here. And so use this Venus retrograde to let things go. The Sun, Trine, Mars, let some things go. Nourish your soul. All right. You are on a karmic journey. That's all you've got to do. It may have to do with friends. I would really pay attention to the Pluto sextile. There may be something here. Yeah. Okay. With the Five of Swords. It is an Aquarius card, by the way. Pluto is an Aquarius. That is your 11th house of your social network groups, community. So even like, I don't know, maybe you just start, maybe someone on LinkedIn sends you something. You're just like, just remember, stay frosty, be cool. You got the Wheel of Fortune and the Rudier spread. Your life is changing. Your life is changing. You know that. Okay? This week, you're going to feel it. Look at this. Look at this. This is insane. The Wheel of Fortune. Come on. It's a 10. New beginnings. You got the Ace of Pentacles. New beginnings. You got the Empress, which we're going to get to in your future. Card 3. 1 plus 2 equals new reality. Wow. Very big. Very big. Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, this faded new path. You're going to feel it. You got to feel it. Now, I do want to remind you, you've got to trust your intuition too. Because if you're disconnected spiritually or to your intuition, maybe, it's going to be harder to see this new path. Remember, this is faded. And you've got to be aware, like, the universe is truly gifting me this week. So whatever comes your way is going to be really beautiful. You've got the wheel. This is a faded new beginning. This is really big. There's a lot of wisdom here that I can't. You've got the Empress in your future too. Aries, this is going to be a week. Talk about okay, so we have a goddess, the Empress, right? Aphrodite, in your future. And she is all about luxury. She's all about love, super conscious love that I was talking about earlier here with the Lover's card, right? That is enlightenment. But this is someone who holds that golden scepter that creates all this abundance. This card is about abundance. It's passion. Also very maternal. Yeah, maternal side can come out in this way where, she is pregnant, okay? A lot of y'all may be having, a lot of y'all are going to be having kids or thinking about having kids starting in April, okay? Just FYI. But when I say pregnant, think of that as in like birth of new things, like new things happening for you, cropping up for you. This is absolutely amazing. Wow. You see the symbol of Venus in her stone-shaped heart. You got Venus in your sign. So remember, what do you desire? You're going to be attracting it. Okay? Make room for it. The Empress is huge. And spend some time in nature. Okay? This is also like sensuality and sexuality and all those things where Venus is retrograde in your sign with Juno in the picture as well. Like big. Let's get to yourself. But it looks like you're moving into something that feels really good. Something that's going to expand your world. Something that it's all about passion and pleasure. You're great. You're great. All right. This is just insane. Okay, so let's get to yourself. Aries, if you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Whoa, tell me what is happening here. Tell me what's happening. Okay, there's a lot going on, and if I remember correctly, you did get the Fool in your last week's reading. Like you're on this new trajectory, this new thing happening in your life. I love y'all. All right, so let's get going. Oh my gosh. You are okay. Just real quickly, you're good. You're going to get some opportunities. You got to know what you want. All right. Know what you want. I think that you will. Very interesting. 7 of Swords. All right. So don't take any shortcuts, right? Remember, Venus retrograde doesn't want you to. Wants you to go within and reassess things. Now, 7 of Swords. This is not doing that. This is, a little bit, this card is associated with like deceit, dishonesty, disloyalty. So yeah, with Venus retrograde, there can be some, like I said, themes like that can come up with other people. Yeah. But also this is saying be true to you. You've got Mercury in your sign. You've got Venus in your sign. Be true to you. What do you want? Right? This is facing everything as well. Like I said, being honest with yourself. about the things that you want. But again, they're just also really maybe something here with a friend, like there may be a friendship that you may think about letting go, or colleague, whatever it is, not part of your journey. You got the 4 of Wands here. I don't know what to say. Like, you've got the 4 of Wands in your external factors area. So why is this such a crazy big deal? Is because the 4 of Wands is attributed to Venus and Aries. So not only did you get one of your cards, you see the alignment that's happening here. And so there is a sense of like, yes, I really want this moment. This is a card of celebration, of feeling free, of milestones, of, look at the couple here, of marriage, of relationships. It's Wands though. So it can be something with career as well, where you're celebrating. You're good. You're really great. This is maybe a promotion, or, maybe even, look at what's happening here. You got the Lovers, the Ace of Pentacles, the Empress, and the 4 of Wands across your cross. It is clear as day. There's something happening with love and partnerships. I would not be surprised if there is a baby, okay, in the picture. Grandkid, perhaps. And I would not be surprised if there is something that has to do with a proposal, getting married, things like that. Remember, you want to wait until after Venus goes direct, but it could be on your mind. Maybe renewing vows or something, but there's something really special with the Lovers, Ace of Pentacles, Empress, 4 of Wands. You also got the Magician. You want this. You want this new beginning. You want it bad. The Magician, work your magic. Pun intended. Okay? The Magician is an active card. The Magician is attributed. So take inspired actions. The Magician is attributed to the planet Mercury. Mercury is in your sign. You're going to make things happen. And then lastly, you have the 7 of Cups and your final outcome. All right? So it does look like, yes, with Venus retrograde in your sign, there may be some things where it's just like, whoa, what's going on? What do I want? There's a lot of different opportunities, a lot of different paths that are opening up for you. But that's just saying, like, you've got opportunities. Put your energy into something that you know deep down inside is part of your karmic journey, that's nurturing your soul, that you feel in your bones. Okay? All right? And it may have to do with it actually may have to do with something that the seven of Cups is another Scorpio card. Okay, remember Scorpio rules your 8th house, so the 8th house is first of all death and rebirth, transformation. It just looks like you're going on this new path. You're transforming. Okay, caterpillar to butterfly, right? 8th house is also like partnerships, like love and even business partners and whatnot. So there may be something here, all right, where you're really taking that time to decide, and it may be exiting one as well. Look at all this new happening for you. Yeah, I'll even clarify that one for you. Aries, yeah, and then you got Temperance. Once you trust your intuition, you know what you want, you're going to be fine. You just got Temperance, which is all about like not doing, being too extreme. I would say water floats, right? You even see that right here with the 2 cups pouring, right? And when I say not going too extreme, and it's all about balance and moderation and patience. Let's say you had 2 cups. You're a bartender. You go like, doo, 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 doo. That's not going to work. It's got to be perfectly measured, just graceful like this. So that balance in your life is something's coming. It's got to be special, and you're going to get to where you want, because Temperance, another archangel, by the way, in your final outcome is saying, I've got you. Don't stress. Don't worry. But it looks like you know what you want. You're moving in the right direction. Yeah. And I love the fact, with the fact that Mercury will be conjuncting Neptune. Look, you see your foot in the water and also on land, right? So it's almost like merging what's possible and what's real. You're good. You're really good. And there is a sense of this new reality. unfolding for you. So Aries, oh my goodness. I mean, I'm very excited for you. I'm excited to see what happens. Y'all, this is going to be a big week. So Aries, next week, we'll go deeper in the aspects. You know that we do have the lunar eclipse and Mercury going retrograde in your sign all next week. Wow. It just looks like there's, like I said, a lot of healing, a lot of things letting go to focus on you. There's this new path, auspicious, abundant. Like you with the Wheel of Fortune as well. Like you're good. You're absolutely good. And then, yes, with the second spread, we're going to talk about a lot of these lunations. I'm going to talk about Juno. She's going to aspect a lot of, the moon cycles. And then remember, you got the moon in your sign kicking off this month. Okay. It is, there's got to be, it's going to be square, like Chiron is going to conjunct the moon right off the bat, squaring Mars. All right. And so that's happening in your sign. But remember, it's also going to be conjuncting Venus, Mercury, Chiron, Neptune, all of that, like the North Node. And then there's this, and the fact that you've got Temperance in your final outcome, with the fact that Juno moved into Sagittarius, Temperance is Sagittarius, that's going to be, again, really amplifying this Venus retrograde energy for you. Ceres is very active too, all these planetoids. And again, we have the last quarter moon. There's a lot happening. There's a lot happening for you, Aries. It's crazy. So we'll do that second spread. Tier 3 members, you know where to find it. Next week, I already told you next week we're going to do, oh my gosh, I can't get over this. This is really exciting. I have so many Aries friends, maybe some that are watching right now, and I'm so very excited for them. So Aries, y'all are amazing. Thanks so much. If you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Tell me, talk to me. Tell me what's going on. Well, I'll see you next week. All right. Bye-bye.